Welcome to Nick Saban Jr. Sports Talk TV. Thank y'all for tuning in. So this morning, we got a special team podcast and football university collab today with former wide receiver Caddell, the Razorback
What's
killer. If you don't know, the Razorback killer.
What's up, Nick Saban?
Before we get into this, what's going on, man?
How you doing?
So before we get into it, man, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts about this new transfer coming in?
It is what it is. At first I didn't think we needed him, but I think, I'm a fan. I'm not there in practice. I'm not in the field. So obviously I trust Coach Saban. If Saban said we could use him as a possible opportunity, I'm gonna roll with it because nobody really separated themselves. And if you heard Coach Saban, he kind of said, "Listen, we're looking for competition, and this definitely spiced things up." So, you get somebody who knows the system, what Tommy Reese wants to do, so he might have an advantage on that. So. He could make it interesting. I don't know how this is going to pan out, but I think from what I'm hearing from Coach Saban, he seems a little bit more polished with the college game, leadership. I think some of the things that we're looking from the QB position that we kind of had from Bryce and Mac and Jalen and Tua, maybe not so. We haven't seen that. So that's my 2 cents. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, man, my thoughts. I took the positive approach on things, because I was saying before that if Coach Saban feels like he needs to address the quarterback situation, he'll do it whatever way he needs to, and obviously that was a way he needs to do it. But I feel like it can also be a tool to light a fire up under those other two. And I say this, that the person he was last season may not be the person he becomes this season, because I know sometimes change of atmosphere could be a big thing. It can be a big difference. And just like people were judging Tommy Reese, like they don't know Tommy Reese, and what we say, it was Notre Dame. He doesn't have the same athletes. Well, we can say the same thing for the quarterback. He didn't have the same athletes at Notre Dame, so that could be it's another boost. And a lot of people want to judge him off of he lost his job to Sam Hartman. And I tell people, if Sam Hartman would have hit the transfer portal earlier, in came to Alabama, he probably could be the starting quarterback at Alabama because Sam Hartman that good at quarterback.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's gonna be all right. I feel like we're gonna be all right, man.
Yeah, I agree too. Yeah, I think we're gonna be good.
Yeah. Honestly, my opinion, I feel like Miro Ty Simpson still gonna walk on the field because a lot of people sound like he's gonna be penciled in for the starter. He's penciled in for the starter, and we know so Coach Saban doesn't work like that at all.
Yeah, I agree, man. Saban's gonna play the best man, and for the job, and whoever makes takes on the offense, that's who's gonna win it. So I don't know who's gonna win it.
Yeah, for real. Like you said, nobody separated himself. But the funny thing is, I had heard after the second scrimmage, somebody that's from somebody that knows somebody that's part of the Red Elephant Club thing, whatever. So that was at that scrimmage, and they told me after that scrimmage that Coach Saban, they wouldn't be surprised if Coach Saban went into the portal for a quarterback. And that was after the second scrimmage. I was like, wow. And it happened. So that was weird. That was, But so, guys, let me let y'all know what we're finna do today. We're about to assemble the greatest Alabama team ever, from our opinion. So when we go through this, we're gonna start with offense first, then we're gonna do a part 2 on a later date. So when we go through these positions, y'all gonna let us know in the comments who y'all feel would be great at the position. But First off, we're gonna start off with the quarterback position. Who would be your quarterback for this Alabama team?
All-time Alabama team. My QB1, Bryce Young. I think he the most
Bryce Young.
talented. I think he the most talented quarterback to ever come through Alabama. The most polished, the most like he's just another. It's something we have never seen before at the quarterback position. So Bryce is my number one, probably my number two. Maybe Tua Jalen kind of tied up, and maybe a Joe Namath or Kenny Stabler. But right now, Bryce is my number one. I mean, the guy won a Heisman, so at the quarterback position.
Yeah,
so that's my number one.
Yeah, that was my number one. Also, and Jalen was my number two. Jalen was my number two.
I had Tua.
Not Jalen. I meant Tua. I'm sorry. I just got Jalen on my mind so much, but Tua was my number two. Tua was my number two.
Cool.
And I didn't go number three.
I was just thinking, like, Joe Namath. I know he was a beast in college. Who else? Kenny Stabler. Obviously AJ McCarron, two-time national championship. He's crushing it now. So it was pretty tough. But at the end of the day, Bryce is just the most talented guy I've seen.
Yeah. Yeah, Bryce was different. I was saddened to see that he couldn't win one as a starter, but it is what it is. That still don't take nothing away from him because
it wasn't his fault. It was Pete Golden and Bill O'Brien.
Yeah, that's facts. That is facts. But that dude was in a different tier of quarterbacks. And I'm saying this for the future quarterback, Julian Saying. Me personally, I think it was gonna be Bryce Young, then it's gonna be a Julian Saying moment. I could be wrong because he hasn't stepped on camera yet, but I think that next dude gonna be just as well. Julian Saying, he gonna be good too.
Yeah, I think so too. The way he carries himself, just a little I've seen, he seems like he gonna be legit.
So next up, we got Bryce and Tua for the quarterbacks, running backs. Who do you got?
Woo, man! Now this is tough. Because I look at Sean Alexander. Was a beast.
Woo.
I'm talking about a beast. Let me just name my top five. Let me name my top five. Right? Sean Alexander. Mark Ingram.
Yes.
Derrick Henry.
Yes.
Trying to think some of the older guys. I'm putting Najee in there. I thought Najee was going to be in college. And my number five, trying to think, should I go I'm trying to think who was Tony Nathan was a beast back in the day. Johnny Musso. What'd you say?
Bobby Humphrey.
Oh, Bobby Humphrey, number five, Bobby Humphrey. So that's probably my top five right there, Bobby Humphrey. And if I'm going to go 1 and 2, it's going to be hard for me to leave Sean Alexander off my list. So I'm going to do 2 running backs. I'm going to go, golly. I'm going to go Derrick Henry. And I'm going to go Derrick Henry and Mark Ingram. They're my top 2. They both won Heisman's. I don't know how I can deny their production at Bama. So I'm going to go Ingram. Yeah.
And see, I was going back and forth with this because in my head, I want do I want to do a Derrick Henry and a Sean Alexander? Is man, you can't deny what Eddie Lacy did. Eddie Lacy was crazy. Then I'm Then I start saying man, do I want to go Henry? Then Bobby Humphrey just to throw an old school twist in there. I'm man, but it came down to it is for me, it was Derrick Henry and Shaun Alexander. I love Ingram.
I was going with Shaun Alexander at first. I talked myself out of it. I was like, I talked myself out of Ingram just because of the Heisman, but Shaun Alexander was that dude. Like, literally. I think I'm going to go Derrick Henry and Shaun Alexander, too. You convinced me, Nick Saban Jr. I'm going to go Derrick Henry and Shaun Alexander.
Then if we can go Mark Ingram for a third stringer.
Yeah, third stringer.
They're crazy. That's crazy. So let's move over to the wide receivers group. Wide receivers. Who you got?
My top 4 wide receivers. Oh my gosh. It's gonna be pretty hard. This is harder than I thought.
Yes, sir.
Oh, you got Waddle, you got Judy, you got Ruggs, you got Devontae, you got Cooper, you got Ridley, you got Julio. So me personally, I'm gonna base mine off of, like, if I had to do a 4 wide set 2-minute drill, who do I want on the field? And I'm basing mine strictly on prime Bama. Prime Bama. Amari Cooper is definitely in my top 4. Amari Cooper.
Yes, mine.
Just because his route running ability, I mean, the way he could separate, to me, I still think he's the best route runner between him and Ridley, and probably Smitty number 3. So Cooper's definitely on there. I got to put Smitty on there. I mean, the guy won a Heisman. Dude was unreal. Now, my other 2 positions. Whoo! I think I might go Judy, Waddle. So I'm going to go Cooper, Devontae, Judy, Waddle. I think those are my top 4. I think.
Okay.
Let me do that. Because I want to put Ridley in there because Ridley was just that dude. But if I look, if I want to run like a quick screen, I want to give, like, I need to have that guy who can change it across the middle. And so I'm going to go, let me write this down. Dang, Tim Ferriss got good points. I'm going to go Cooper.
Yeah.
Smitty. I might have to rethink Judy. I'm gonna go Cooper, Smitty, Waddle, Judy. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick with it. I'm convinced. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, Cooper, Smitty,
Waddle, Judy. If I'm basing it off, Judy won a Biletnikoff. Waddle was unreal. Smitty won a Heisman. Cooper won a Biletnikoff. That's what I'm gonna roll with. And I might mention Ridley, Julio. I mean, I can't not have Julio, right? Like, but I gotta have Waddle though. I gotta have a speed guy in the middle that I can just take the top. So that's my top 4. What's yours?
So Amari Cooper and Devontae, that was Smitty. That was an easy one.
Yeah.
I had to go Julio because I can't get this one clip out of Julio, and it wasn't even a college clip. It was a high school clip.
Yeah.
I seen him play in high school in the playoffs against Opelika. We went out to that game, me and my dad and my brother. The first play, they threw it like a wide receiver screen over there, and you can tell he was the best player in that state that day.
Yeah.
You can see it, and I just can't never get that one clip out of my head. But my slide, if I gotta go somebody, I'm going Judy. Judy was like, his release was so quick and like from the start to the end of his, yeah, man. And I wanted Waddle bad, but I just see them slants that Judy was getting, and he was taking them to the house. Like, I love that about him.
So who
So
your
I
top
got
four? Cooper,
Coop,
Smith, and Judy.
yeah, Cooper, Smitty, Julio, and Judy.
Nice. I got Cooper, Smitty, Judy, Waddle. I like it.
Yeah, you can't lose with that. You can't lose with it. You can't.
I'm just trying to get a defense fits. Like it's gonna be hard to defend. I mean, I'm putting Judy on the outside, and I'm putting Waddle and Smith. I'm putting Judy on the outside, Waddle more of a slot, but Cooper and Smitty can either go outside or inside. That's how I'm rolling with that offense.
Yeah, that's facts.
Appreciate it,
So,
man. That was.
do you have a
What'd you say?
do you have a tight end? Tight
Oh,
ends. Let's go
think
with two
about.
tight ends.
I'm gonna go OJ Howard. OJ Howard. Obviously he was a beast, and golly, I might just go Herb Smith. Those are my two.
So I went old school with this one. I went OJ Howard, of course.
Ozzie Newsome.
Yes, sir.
Ozzie and OJ Howard. I forgot about Ozzie. My bad. Ozzie
Yes,
and OJ
sir.
Howard.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I forgot about Ozzie. He Hall of Fame. He the GOAT.
Yes, sir. That's that guy. That's somebody that I tell people that he plays tight end. Like in his prime, he could play in today's college football. I feel like
and be prime.
Yeah, man. So this is the group I love so much, and man, I also back and forth with this one. Offensive line, man. Offensive line.
Okay. Man, offensive line. Center. I might go Barrett Jones because I feel like he was the most decorated.
Yes, sir.
I'll go Barrett Jones at center.
Uh-huh.
Offensive line is probably going to be Chris Samuels at tackle.
Okay.
He was number 3 pick for the Washington Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
Andre Smith is in there at the other tackle.
Yes, sir.
Now my 2 guards probably would be who's the all world? John Hanna. Hall of Fame, NFL Hall of Fame. He's definitely on my list. John Hanna, Andre Smith, Chris Samuels. Who else was just really decorated offensive lineman? That's 4. I only got 4 right now. I'm trying to think who else I would put at that guard position. I'm gonna go a different one. I'm gonna go Warmack. I thought Warmack was a beast.
I like the one. Actually, he on my list.
I like the Warmack at that guard position. Like he was unstoppable. Like that era when we won back-to-back national championships, we were just dominating. Like he was unreal, man. So that's probably my list. Chris Samuels, Andre Smith, Barrett Jones, who did I say? Warmack and John Hanna.
That's
John
nice.
Hanna.
That's nice.
Okay, your list.
Okay. I got Womack, of course. Andre Smith. Honestly, I just went offensive lineman. I didn't care what tackle. I went center, but I just went offensive lineman. I'm just building. I like that Antonio Caldwell.
Oh, Big Caldwell's a beast.
Yeah, I liked him a lot. And I like the Fluker. So I got Womack, Andre Smith, Caldwell, Fluker, and I'm going on my list. Going on my list. I can't find it. Dang it, dang it, dang it, dang it. I got all the junk scrambled up so much. Here we go. It was an old guy too. It was an old guy. I always like to throw him. Chris Samuel.
Chris Samuels.
Yep.
So we got some.
I just like to throw some of the old guys in there, man.
Man, listen. I'm one of those like NFL history type buffs, and John Hannah, man.
Yeah, John Hannah. Yeah,
John Hannah was a dog even in college, but when he went to the NFL, he was even more so of a dog. Like they would talk about the plays they would run for him and how he would just completely destroy, D linemen. Whether it was, I don't know if he played against Reggie White, but it's just some good football life stories on John Hannah. So I got to put John Hannah on there.
Gotcha. Shoot, that's it for the offensive side, right? Hey, so I'm gonna ask you this.
Yeah.
Who will return your punts?
Freddie Millens.
That's fire. I got the deuce is loose.
Oh, David Palmer for sure.
Yes,
I forgot about David Palmer.
The deuce is loose.
The deuce is loose. David Palmer, forgive me, David Palmer.
The dude,
I forgot about that. Yeah, I changed mine from Freddie Mills to David Palmer.
Hey, Freddie Mills was solid too, though. Mills was right.
Mills is more of a personal thing. I remember seeing him in college, and I was like, when I was in high school, I was like, man, this dude is that. His footwork was just unmatched, in my opinion. Like, I used to mimic my game to be like him. Dwight Stevenson. Oh, good pick, good list. Man. I forgot about Dwight Stevenson.
Hey.
I might have to move Barry Jones out of mine and put Dwight Stevenson in mine.
Oh, that's old school. That's going old school too.
That's the list.
Hey, see, that's what I was saying. When I was going through the list, it was like, man, I don't know, man.
It's so hard, man. So much talent.
Like, I want to pick him, but I don't want to leave him out. But if I pick him, I'm gonna leave him out. Like, man, you go man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
But most of everybody got the same consensus. Andre Smith,
yeah,
Hannah, Chris Samuels, Don Hudson. Yeah, we did left Don Hudson off the list. I forgot about him. He what is it, NFL Hall of Fame or something like that?
I don't know if he was Hall of Fame. He probably was.
Okay, now let's do your second team. Let's do second team real quick.
Okay, that's cool.
Second team, quarterback, running back, receivers. Let's do that. So my second team QB, I was saying Tua. Yeah, I think I'm gonna roll with Tua. But I gotta do Tua / Jalen because they both were like neck and neck, in my opinion, as far as performing. So I'm gonna say Tua, Jalen, my QB2. My running back is gonna be Najee.
That's fine.
And who's another really? Mark Ingram. Those are my two running backs. And then my receivers. Huh?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
My second string receiver is gonna be Ridley, Julio, Ruggs, and Ridley, Julio, Ruggs, and who else was a beast? Ridley, Julio, Ruggs. I don't know. David Palmer, somebody like that. Yeah, I just throw David Palmer in there. And I don't know. That's it for me. Ridley, Julio, Ruggs, David Palmer. Those are my four.
Okay. So I had picked Tua as well for second string, but let's go. We'll change it up. I like Jalen too, man. I just love Jalen so much. I don't care, but Jalen, that's my guy. So I'm going to Jalen for my backup. Running back, I gotta go Trent Richardson.
I forgot about Trent.
And yeah, Trent Richardson. And I'm gonna go show love for the old school. Go my guy Bobby Humphrey. I just like them big bruiser backs, but I can't deny Eddie Lacy as well. I can't deny him either.
Yeah.
Eddie Lacy had his moment when he got a chance, but I'm going Trent. And matter of fact, I had said Ingram on backup, so I gotta go Ingram. And I'm gonna show love to my old school guy. I'm gonna show my old love, my Bobby Humphrey.
Oh yeah, Bobby Humphrey. I forgot.
I gotta show love. Yeah, I gotta show love to him, man. What I got at receiver, my second string. Now I'm going Waddle. Oh my God, this is freaking crazy. Waddle, I'm going him in the slot, of course. Gotta go at Ruggs with the speed as well. I'm gonna throw you a curveball.
Who?
My guy, DJ Hall. I don't care what nobody said. That dude was a beast.
Oh yeah.
I gotta go with DJ Hall, and I got one more. Freak, this is. And this is where I go. Freak. Where do I go with this one? Well, I said Waddle, Ruggs, DJ Hall. I'm showing a little favoritism right now. Give me Matt Caddell on the outside. No, hey, but I'm gonna say this: you were a good receiver though, man. You ran around very nice.
As long as I was better than Jermaine Burton, that's all I care about.
Yeah, that's facts. Now that's 100% fact.
Man, that dude made me so mad. I'm like, man, like. Bro, I saw this dude literally drop like 5 straight passes, 2 TDs. I was like, what is up with this dude, man? Like, I mean, I think every Bama fan was all just so mad at Jermaine Burton leaving the spring 8 game.
And you know what I was saying about that as well, man? Like, for the spring game, man, I was like, do we really have the same narrative as some of these wide receivers catch more of these passes, man?
I don't know.
Because that didn't help neither at all, man.
Yeah, the receivers didn't help the quarterbacks first and foremost. So, I mean, it looked like they weren't on the same page. It looked like they didn't have any rapport. It looks like, I said this on my show Monday. I'm like, listen, these guys, okay, we're done with spring. If you I'm looking at the QB room and the receiver room. They didn't put the best product out there, you know. So obviously they got, in order for us to win a national championship, we've got to have better passing, better catching, better routes. That group needs to work on their game. QBs and receivers, they need to spend more time, like all day. They need to be running routes, catching passes, running routes. That way, when we get to the season, everybody's on the same page. Listen, you know, when you hit this break, I'm expecting the ball to be here. We got a little bit better timing, better rhythm. Quarterbacks know where receivers like the ball, will like to throw the ball. Quarterbacks improve. So like you said, we start off with Tyler. Tyler might come in and just debo the whole thing, so we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, hey, so I want to ask you this too, from a wide receiver's perspective. In college, what are the main things that your wide receiver coach teaches you in college? And I'm asking you this because everybody want to get on Homer Wiggins' case about these drop passes, and I feel like at this level, it's not 1960. We didn't recruit you because you can block on good on the outside. We recruited you because you can catch the ball. So, what are the wide receivers coaching y'all in college? What do they is the main thing? Because I know it's not catching at that point.
Well, I think it's important you continue to work on catching. I think a good receivers coach works on. You have to work on your fundamentals every day at practice. I know they like to work on routes and separation and releases, which is great, but obviously we're still lacking at catching the ball, looking the ball in. So we kind of need to go back to the basics and just kind of incorporate that into our regime every day. And A and B, these kids are grown men. Like, if you got dropped, like, go work on your game. Like, I don't understand why we keep having the same kind of performance. You even go back to Bryce Young's pro day, like it was drop after drop. I'm like, bro, guys, like, this is your opportunity to make a name for yourself.
Yes.
Going into your spring, you got momentum, you got NFL front offices. They're like, man, look at this catch this guy make. Like, that's the time to make your name for yourself. And we're still having the same issues. So at some point, you got to take ownership of your personal development. People talking about Pro Throw, Keith Brown, DJ Hall, guys I played with. Man, we will make it fun. Like, we took so much pride in catching the ball, running great routes. Like, we were so competitive, trying to outdo each other. Like, drops was the last thing. Like, we barely had hardly any drops. So, I do think these guys do need to take some type of ownership. Look at Devontae Smith, for instance. This man would catch 100 balls off the jug machine after practice. This is after practice, after each practice.
Yeah.
So that just shows you the type of hard work ethic, demeanor, mindset that he has, that he's going to continue to get better. And it won him a Heisman. He's in the NFL. Like, this guy, like, it's not that hard. Like, I just think these guys just need to work on their game and stop being, like, so complacent. Like, oh, coach gonna play me regardless. Like, I don't understand. That's why I say play those young guys. That way you put fire on Burton and Brooks and all them, so they can't risk, dropping the ball. Kind of how, like, Ruggs and Waddle and Judy and Smitty and all them were when they came in. They pushed those guys. Like, they came in and took over. Like, it was Ridley, and then it was the freshman receivers when we won that national championship versus Georgia. So, listen, play those young guys. If they're gonna make the plays, play them. So that's my 2 cents. I know I gave you a lot more.
No, I agree because I feel like, yes, get to the fundamentals like you were saying, but like you said, you gotta take it upon yourself, especially when you get to that level. The next level is the top level of football. So why wouldn't you want to get out there and put the work in for that? What the young wide receiver name is? I think he just got drafted from Penn State. Maybe he's at the Commanders. He's with the Commanders.
Josh Dotson.
Yeah, it might have been him.
From last
I can't remember the wide receiver name, but
he played last year.
Now, yeah, I think he on the Redskins though. I can't remember the kid name, but I remember the kid name. He told a story. Well, I remember the kid. He told a story about he went to the Ohio State camp or something like that. And Urban Meyer told him he's not ready. But Urban Meyer told him to go home. You catch 200 passes a day until you come back. And he came back and he got an offer from Ohio State. I don't think he ended up going to. I can't remember the kid's name, man. I can't remember his name right now. But he ended up doing that 200 passes a day. He ended up going back to that camp and got an Ohio State offer. And that's what I'm saying. You got to put that catching. Like I said, this is not 1960 football where we recruiting you because you can block on the outside. We can recruit you to catch the ball, man. And that's a craft that you just got to work on your own, man. You shouldn't be spending a lot of time in team practice working on catching the ball, man.
You shouldn't be dropping the balls still. Like,
yes.
These guys that are dropping the balls are like third, fifth, like juniors and seniors. Like, what type of leadership? Like, to me, just outside looking in, like, if you're a junior or senior, like, you need to be the leader of that group. Like, at some point, you're gonna have some type of leadership. I need a dog to step up in that room to be like, listen, guys, we ain't dropping the ball. It shouldn't have to come from your coach. It should have to come from Coach Saban. You got to have enough internal. You got to have enough I'm him in me to be like, I'm going to go out there and be dominant. Listen, guys, like, somebody need to chew them out. We not having no more drops. Listen, after practice, we all catching 50 balls. And we know 50 from this side, 50 from this side. You know, that way we can continue to get better. But, you know, that's why I said play them young guys, man. Them young guys, I think they got it. And, you know, if Coach Saban, Van Edwards called me to be the receivers coach, I don't even want to be the receivers coach. I'll let Holloman Wiggins handle it. But obviously, we're missing out on fundamental things. But I think we're not even looking the ball in. Like, when we drop the ball, we're like, boom. Like, we're not even looking it in. Like, half the time you show the replay, they just, like, it hits their hands. Like, they're not even, like, reeling it in, looking it in, tugging it away. So, I mean, that would be some things that I will work on. But in this college game, like, you need to be working on your game on your own. So these guys got to take some ownership, man. I'm not here to baby these kids, man. I'm sorry. I was a grown man in college, just like them. Like, we worked on our game. Like, we worked on routes. We ran with Brody. We ran routes with whoever. If we want to get up balls, we'll get up balls. So, I don't know.
And like, the college landscape is so different from when you was in college, though, man. Like, I'm not saying there's nothing to knock him because he does his thing, but one of the things they have going on, like Kool-Aid, after the 8A game, he flew straight to Miami. after the that man was in Miami. I seen he did an Instagram live. He was in Miami the next day. I'm like, I'm not saying nothing on him, but these are the things these kids have on the back of their mind instead of like, man, I just dropped these passes or I just got burnt. I'm not saying him. I'm just saying like certain things like, man, you worry about the cars, the whips, the chains. Like
Kool-Aid can do that though.
yeah, and that's why I said that's why I said I'm not him. But these are the things that other players have.
Yeah, like I look at Brooks, for instance. Like Brooks, like he's been there for a while. Like usually don't have receivers make it to past their junior year. Usually they're already going into the league, like they about to be a lottery pick, you know. Yep. So obviously we had a little drop off regarding the talent level, but I think if we had a drop off on the talent level coming off from Judy Ruggs and all them and Waldo and Smitty, then that means much more. We got to develop that much at a higher rate to get these guys to that level, whether that's Coach Wiggins and whether that's the players and the quarterbacks. I think they all gotta work to get better. So that's my 2 cents.
Facts. Yeah, facts. But Van Edwards, I seen you asked, did you miss the defensive line yet? We're gonna do that on another show.
We're gonna do 2 parts.
Yeah, we're gonna do 2 parts, and of course y'all know. I'll let y'all know because hey, we busy men, we got stuff to do and stuff. So any final thoughts, anything you want to say before we get off this thing, man?
Man, I just want to say, man, I think this is Nick Saban Jr. does a great job. Give him his flowers now. I mean, Special Teams Podcast. He's always consistent on CTS, putting out good content. So I want to say thanks for having me on. I think this is a cool idea. I love the fans. You know, Chris Dubb, Van Edwards. I saw some other people's names. I don't have them in front of me, but you know, Zach, yeah, we make it. This is fun. So tune in for part 2 when we do the defense. That's gonna be really. I mean, you look at all the linebackers, all the talent, all the safeties. I'm secondary. That's to me. That's the one I'm ready to start with. My top 4 secondary. Alabama history. So I mean, you go back to Antonio Ingham and all them guys.
Yeah. Hey, and I'm gonna tell you, I went old school on a lot of these guys, man. I'm gonna tell you that now. I went old school with a lot of them, man.
Especially on the defense side, them guys were dominant.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Curry, Copeland, like Derek Thomas, like we didn't even got to Will Anderson. Like Will Anderson is like right here compared to all the guys.
So I said Cornelius Bennett, them dudes was
Wayne Rudd, like it goes on.
Jeremiah Castillo, oh my God. Woodrow Lowe, oh my God.
Crazy, man. Crazy. But we're gonna get into it.
Yeah. So y'all go over to the CT. If y'all so happen to not be on the CTS, go subscribe to the CTS because on Monday nights you got Football University with Caddell, and that show is fire, man. Like, cause he gonna talk about the NFL stuff, but he always got to bring it back to Alabama, make it make sense to Alabama what we should do at Alabama, and that show is fire. To me, it's fire. I love that show. Sometimes I don't even comment because I find myself watching.
I be missing you in the comments to the section. I be like, what?
Because I really get caught up in listening, like, because the NFL stuff. I got 2 guys with me too. They're sports media majors at Alabama, and we did a mock draft, and that was my first time doing a mock draft. And I know some of the ways that was coming at this thing was. I basically bailed out the draft and just started listening because I wasn't thinking of it the way they was thinking of it. It's a lot to that NFL draft stuff, man.
Listen, tune in to Monday, man. Monday, I got some stuff to get off my chest, man. It's gonna be crazy. Sir. Especially talking about the NFL, Bama players, Georgia running their mouth. It's gonna be a great show, man. Tune in, Football University Monday nights, man. It's gonna be a great show. If you didn't show to turn into this show because I got draft grades. I'm talking about I'm talking about everything come Monday.
Gotcha.
So it's gonna be interesting.
So y'all, CTS Sports Room Monday night, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 6 o'clock Central. Football University on the CTS Sports Room. Please go tune in to CTS. Go subscribe right now if you're not subscribed. I know a lot of y'all are, but if you're not, if you just so happen to be living up on the rock, go to CTS Sports Room.
Man, listen, this is one show you're not going to want to miss. There's so much football stuff that happened this past week. The show probably going to last about an hour 15, hour 20. I'm just saying, I got so much stuff to talk about, so it's exciting. And always, turn to Nick Saban Jr. You know he's the man.
Yes, sir. Tuesday night, you got on CTS Sports Room, you got Rolling with the Tide. That's a very entertaining show.
Y'all be wilding on there, man.
Then on Thursday nights now, me and Roll Tide Rise Up, we have a show, the Nick and Rise Up Football Talk. Basically, this is when we bring other fan bases on, and we'll talk. The last one we did was Tennessee, but this Thursday we got Mr. Dugas. He's a big time LSU YouTuber, Miami Heat, Atlanta Braves. He's a big time YouTuber. He'll be on. And I got another guy, Mr. Don Fox. He a big time LSU fan that I know, but he knows LSU football in and out. So we're gonna talk LSU football do a schedule preview with LSU and get their thoughts about their season coming up or whatever. So, y'all tune in to CTS Sports Room.
Got it, man. Cool. But yeah, man.
Roll
right,
Tide.
Nick. Roll Tide, roll. See y'all. Listen, the part 2, the defense is gonna get crazy. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's gonna be fire. Like I said, I'm gonna let y'all know. Y'all, I set my stuff up early so y'all can see it a day or two ahead. So y'all, hey, watch out for part 2. 6-0 what's going on, Roll Tide. But we're about to be out. Roll Tide, Matt. Thanks for having you. Yes, Roll sir. Tide. And we out.
We out. See you.